All right, guys, how's it going? Well, I have been to the cafe and I have reviewed today's Spanish football dailies for you. There's nothing in them really to do with Liverpool. It's very quiet at the moment. Obviously, we're looking for stuff to do with Trent, Luis Diaz and Barcelona. There's a bit of an obstacle there now, as you probably know if you follow my videos, in terms of the finances and the recent developments there the last week or so. But there is a couple of things that I can mention to you. There's something down here that you might see to do with You'll Never Walk Alone. And Arsenal of all clubs. Obviously, big Champions League night. So that the focus today in the publications is mainly to do with the Champions League. But I'm going to go over a couple of things with you. What else can I tell you? After I finish recording this, if you pop over to Gonzalo España, my other YouTube channel, which is dedicated to Spanish football, it's a new channel. Then you will get to see what's on the front pages of all the Spanish football dailies today and a proper deeper look at things that are going on affecting all clubs. I'll also be live on here today at 1 o'clock this afternoon if you'd like to come along for a natter. So we're going to stick with Liverpool stuff. Like I say, it's not very exciting if you haven't got much time, but the talk about Van Dijk. Now, this is in Mundo Deportivo, which is a pro-Barcelona newspaper. Van Dijk contract talks are progressing. You will have you'll have heard about this. You'll have read this or seen this or whatever prior to today. But yeah, I haven't touched on it because I haven't been here. But anyway, this is basically just the journalists over here picking up with what's in England. Contract talks are progressing. Virgil van Dijk, 33, Liverpool's captain, has confirmed that contract renewal negotiations are moving forward. Blah blah blah. It tells you about when his contract expires. When asked for an update, he said yes, there is progress. However, when pressed on whether that meant he would definitely stay at Anfield, Van Dijk replied, "I don't know. We'll see. These are internal discussions." He reiterated his love for the club and the fans, especially after their support during the 3-2 defeat to Fulham on Sunday, Liverpool's second Premier League loss this season. The article also mentions that Mo Salah is currently in negotiations for a contract extension as well. So basically just a summary of yesterday's stuff that you guys will already know about, right? Page 6 of AS, which is a Real Madrid publication, is going to be this little feature at the bottom here, which says as follows. The title is "And a You'll Never Walk Alone Was Born." I'll say that again. The title reads here, "And a You'll Never Walk Alone Was Born," and then it says the Arsenal fans. I thought I'd touch on this because, it's talking about Arsenal, but it's good to see what maybe the Spanish, how they look at our club and stuff like that. I don't know. It's something for you to consider. It says it's normally if you haven't heard of it, but very soon everyone will. Since 2022, Arsenal fans have been singing an unofficial anthem before kickoff. It's called The Angel, North London Forever. Just before the players walk out at the Emirates Stadium, it becomes a sea of scarves and song, goosebumps guaranteed. So they're obviously relating it to You Never Walk Alone at Anfield, right? It all started in 2022, towards the end of February. Louis Dunford, a singer-songwriter from Islington, the London borough where Arsenal play, wrote a song dedicated to his home, his streets, his life, and to Arsenal, the club he supports. The song spread across social media, reached Mikel Arteta, and from there it's took on a life of its own. That's when it became an anthem. Nice of them to finally catch you. On the 8th of May 2022, with Louis Dunford invited into the stands by the club's directors, the Emirates began singing the song spontaneously, right in the middle of the warm-up. And part of the chorus, it says here, goes, "North London forever, whatever the weather, these streets are a part of us. My heart will never leave you." Since that year, Arsenal sing it and live it before every match. The Emirates, a stadium often criticised for being soulless or lacking atmosphere, has started to come alive thanks to this tradition, because it's brought the entire fan base together. Tonight, ahead of the huge clash against Real Madrid, it will echo loud and proud, a global showcase that will launch it onto the world stage. Now, the reason I mention it is, the headline says "You Never Walk Alone," and they're talking about a soulless attitude and shit atmosphere, if you like. Sorry, I'm getting comments flash up on my screen. at their stadium, which kind of is complimenting us if you think about it. Would you not agree? Anyway, moving on from that, there is one small other piece. It's really clutching at stuff to get you some content for this today. AS have an article titled, and the exact title of it was, Liverpool was strong at home too, and we won 2-5. And then it says Courtois, you know, as if he said it. And it's an interview with the Real Madrid goalkeeper, and he references Liverpool. And the question was, Saka said they haven't lost here in 2 years. And the answer was, I didn't know that. I don't think it changes much. It's like saying we won 15 European Cups. It doesn't affect the match. We know they're strong at home. So were Liverpool when we went there and beat them 5-2. That's it. Anyway, I'll leave you with it, guys. I know there's not much there. But at the same time, I'm informing you, or you know, that there's nothing to do with Trent and Real Madrid. There's nothing to do with Luis Diaz, Mamardashvili, or he played a blinder at the weekend. I haven't spoke to you since then. I watched the game live. He was brilliant. What else was there? One thing I must say about the Mamardashvili thing is I'm sure that a lot of Liverpool accounts on social media, YouTube and the like, will have been going on about it. Oh my God, he's amazing, he's great. If you don't follow my updates, that would leave you just thinking, oh, solid goalkeeper, solid goalkeeper. But they won't tell you the howlers and everything that's gone on. Now, if you follow my daily reviews, you will know that Mamardashvili has not been playing at his best recently. So it gives you more of an authentic, like accurate summary of how he is. Those others, they'll just pick out all the best things to show you that we're getting the best thing ever. And maybe we are, you know. This isn't about putting him down, guys. I'm just saying that, you know, we keep it real here. We'll tell you, or I will tell you, when someone's getting criticised, when they're not doing very well, and I'll tell you when they're doing brilliant. And he did very, very good against Real Madrid. Pulled off a great save from Mbappe close range. In fact, I watched it right here on this telly here while I was doing a bit of work. So, yeah, good stuff. It's just I think that those accounts, they just give you all the positives. Do you know what I mean? So, and if you only hear the positives, you're going to be extremely confident. Whereas some people recently, because they hear everything from me, they're going to be like, we'll see. But he's doing all right. I think he's a great keeper. I was talking to an Everton supporting friend of mine, an Everton supporting friend of mine the other day. And when I mentioned him, you know, that game against Real Madrid, we were at the football here the other day. Even he said he's a shit-hot goalkeeper and he knows his stuff. So, all right, guys, I'll leave you with it. Nothing else to tell you. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Probably is. Look out for the video on here about the official statement, club statement from Real Madrid regarding Trent Alexander-Arnold. Go and have a look at that. Well, it's not about him, but you'll understand when you see the video. All right, guys, if you'd like to put a smile on my chubby cheeks, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a coffee, then please hit the super thanks button. It's the love heart under the video, and I will give you a shout out in my morning briefing tomorrow. Cheers, guys.